An important statement on U.S. strategy as far as Syria is concerned. That's what the Secretary of State, John Kerry, is calling an internal memo asking the White House to ramp up military action against Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Aaron David Miller is with us. He's Vice President of New Initiatives, distinguished scholar at the Woodrow Wilson International Center, spent a career as a State Department official working on various peace initiatives. How unusual is it that 51 State Department, mostly career diplomats, write this memo saying, Mr. President, you must start bombing Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's positions. Otherwise, more and more Syrian innocent civilians are going to be dead.
I think there are two takeaways here. Number one, it's quite unusual. Dissent channel memos could be 1, 2, 3, 4 individuals. This is a 51, which required probably weeks, if not months, of coordination in order to marshal the arguments. And two, somebody, either authorized or not, willfully leaked the memo. So they've converted a dissent channel memo into what I would call a station identification memo over deep frustration in the State Department with the Obama administration's policies towards Syria. That I think is the takeaway. Just one other point. I don't think this is an issue, though, for this administration, because it's unlikely that the president is going to reconsider or essentially agree with what the diplomats are proposing.
Because over this 5-year civil war over there, hundreds of thousands of civilians have been killed. Millions have been made homeless internally or externally. And what these diplomats, these career professionals mostly, are saying, Mr. President, you have to do something to stop. And most of those people, they say, were killed by Bashar al-Assad's regime.
I mean, look, 450,000 dead. Let's say 40% of those are regime supporters, which reflect the fact that this is essentially a civil war. If we wanted to fundamentally degrade Assad's military capabilities or actually remove him, we could do it. The question is the eternal question, Wolf. How do you create a military strategy that leads to a sustainable set of political goals? And we've seen what happens in places like Iraq or Libya when no one thinks about the day before, the day after, or even the decade after. And in Syria, it's even more complex.
Because the argument is that if Bashar al-Assad goes, let's say, ISIS could come in and take over the whole country.
Or any number of other groups that have agendas that are inimical to American interests. Plus, you've got the Russians and the Iranians who are involved to make big sacrifices on the ground. In the end, the question for this administration or the next is the Russians and the Iranians and Assad are prepared to die in defense of what they consider to be their vital interests. The question is, are we?
So this whole peace process, this whole ceasefire that the U.S. and the Russians worked out, that seems to have collapsed.
Well, to the degree that it can afford temporary suspension so you can get humanitarian aid to people who desperately need it, fine. But it's a convenient cover, I suspect, that the Russians are using, under which they have one foot in the tent, which is the political process, and a lot of feet out in which they continue their military activities in defense of the regime.
One reason the U.S. Under President Obama is not launching airstrikes against Bashar al-Assad's regime is the Russians are deeply embedded there with the Syrian regime. This could potentially lead to U.S.-Russian confrontation.
It could, or alternatively, you can end up killing a lot of Iranians, and that clearly, given the administration.
The Revolutionary Guard troops are there. A lot of Hezbollah from Lebanon have come in to help Bashar al-Assad's regime as well.
And Iraqi Shia. So the question is, the administration has other equities it's trying to protect. Look, in whatever happens, this is not going to go down well for the Obama administration, because years from now, or a year from now, people are going to want to know, could the administration have done more? That's the key question.
Aaron David Miller, thanks for coming in.